Hi everyone, my name is Buki Adejobi. Welcome to another series where we speak with our graduates who've completed the immersive program. I am the career support lead here at Code Chrysalis. Today we are speaking with Nori who completed the Japanese immersive when we had it. We no longer have the Japanese immersive, but we're speaking with him to understand what his experience has been since completing the program and what life is like for him now as in the tech space, because we'll find out what he does in a minute. So yes, Nori, please tell us a little bit about yourself, your journey to Code Chrysalis, and what you've been doing since you completed the program in 2020.
Oh, 2020.
It's a long time ago. Yes, so please tell us about yourself.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Noritake Takamichi, please call me Nori. I graduated CCJ2 3.5 years ago. Mm-hmm. Before joining to the CC, I worked as a system engineer as a kind of SIR company for 2 years. And my main project was in the National Bank project. And I was a programmer coding Java. So yeah, after experience 2 years, I switched my career to the freelance engineer. Then after 3 months, as a system engineer and freelance engineer, I could make a system as a part of the big, very gigantic systems. But I wanted to build the systems from scratch, 0 to 100. So I decided to learn the modern development ways in the CC immersive course. Then after I experienced CC curriculum, I decided to join the Manabie. It's a kind of vertical SaaS company in education industry as a product manager. And I'm working as a product manager at the payment module in ERP system of the education company. Our system is used in the Japanese juku, the learning center, school, or the remote high school.
Okay. I kind of overheard you earlier talking to Kani, one of the founders of the CC, that you do a lot of traveling with your work because you guys have projects. Is that outside Japan or within Japan still? Yeah. How is that for you?
Yeah, just after joining the Manabie, I started to live in the Vietnam Ho Chi Minh City. My engineer team is based on the basic. Mainly Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City, and some engineers are in Philippines or Singapore.
Okay, wow.
So I stayed 1 year.
Okay.
For now, I'm living based in Japan now.
Okay, I see. But you travel back and forth between Japan and those countries still?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm curious about your background before you joined or before you entered CC, because you were at, it's called LAC before, and then you left to work as a freelancer. What was your motivation for leaving that, secure space to go into freelancing?
Yeah. As a system engineer at RAC, I kind of enjoyed working as a system engineer, but how can I say, tech knowledge is limited as a Java. So I wanted to expand my skills to other language or more. Wanted to develop both front end and back end. So as a freelance, I thought I can decide what skills I can develop more.
Okay, so when you left, you were working with Java at LAC, and then you went off to be a freelance developer on your own. Did you do some self-learning, like take some courses online, or how did you start building that fundamental knowledge for full stack development? Essentially front end for you.
Yeah, I learned by myself, but as a freelancer, I joined as one member of the big project.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So working style was there is not so big difference between as an employee and as a freelancer.
Yeah. Okay, so it was relatively structured.
Yeah.
Okay, and so that was, you did that for how long? You worked as a freelancer for how long?
Just 3 months as one project.
Okay, just 3 months for one project. And then you made the decision to take the immersive bootcamp.
Yes.
What was your reason for doing that again? Was it the project was done, or I think like you mentioned, you wanted to get a better understanding of building a full stack?
Yeah, actually the project was completed and I needed to explore another project to join.
Okay.
But after working as a freelancer for 3 months, what I can involve in the project is very limited. So
I see.
What I can do is only develop based on the, how can I say, developed systems.
Okay, so it wasn't like you were building something from scratch.
Yeah.
You had to work on something that existed already. Okay. Okay. And then you joined the immersive. How did joining the immersive kind of help you feel that, I guess, void or gap of wanting to build a full stack, to be able to contribute more on a product?
You mean how CC contributed me to develop from scratch?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, in the CC, I can learn both front end and back end. How to connect each service with the API and something, and could learn how the project works as a second half of the curriculum. Yeah, I was surprised I could learn so much things in CC. Yeah.
What was the most surprising thing for you?
I worked as a system engineer for 2.5 years, but the curriculum was not easy for me.
Okay.
And I learned so much, technical skills. And as a second half, the project curriculum was very helped my kind of career.
Okay.
It helped to grow the mindset, I think.
Okay. That helped to grow your mindset in what way? How?
Way?
Yeah, how?
Yeah. Conducting the project, it can be the solo project or group project. Developing the systems using the knowledge, the learned just before is very hard. But it was very hard, but I enjoyed the hard things with the friends and the environment.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember because we actually spoke with Eri Koyama.
Yep.
Yes, so we spoke with Eri a few weeks ago, and she was in the English immersive, and you were in the Japanese immersive at the time. And she mentioned that throughout the immersive, you had the Japanese and the English immersive work together on some project.
Yes.
So what was that experience like for you? Did you expect that coming to the program?
Actually, I didn't expect it, but I wanted to improve my English skills. So I was very lucky, I think.
Okay. What was the biggest challenge for you?
At the timing, I wasn't so fluent in English.
Okay.
But the group project was with the foreign people's English speakers. So how can I say? I did my best to tell my thinking with some kind of showing the screens or body language. That was very, how can I say, but it was a very hard but very nice experience for me.
Yeah, and I can imagine useful now working at Manabie, where you're working with another group, again, a group of foreigners.
Yes.
And I wonder, when you were job hunting after CC, what made you choose Manabie? Because you're working as a so I have many questions about that actually, because you're working as a product manager now, which I have questions about, because why you joined CC was to be able to build an application from scratch.
Yeah.
But now you're working as a product manager. So we'll get to those questions in a second. But what made you join Manabie? What made you join Manabie after you finished the program?
Honestly speaking, I was exploring the position as an engineer in the startup companies. Yeah, I was in the timing of the job hunting. My senpai, the senior of the university, same ski club, was the head of the Manabie product team.
Ah, I see. Okay.
So I spoke to him, and very long time ago, and then he, I was interested in the product management job. So and as the knowledge as a system engineer and the CC, what I learned in the CC helped me to as a product manager. So I decided to join as Manabie as a product manager.
Okay. I mean, but why product manager and not software engineer? Yeah,
I like to think what system can contribute to the world. So I like to coding how to build. But as a product manager, the main task is defining what to build, why to build. So thinking like the why and what, I can enjoy more.
Okay. Thinking back to your journey before starting the program, right, and now looking at your work at Manabie.
Yes.
Would you do anything differently?
As an engineer and
just as Nori, right? Because now you're from going from a system engineer to now working as a product manager, right? If you could do anything differently, would you take a different path? Would you work as a software engineer instead of a product manager?
You mean if I can
go back in time?
Yeah. I think I would decide to be a the system engineer, developer first, and experience for few years, I think, because I like coding. I really like coding, and the coding knowledge, how to build a system, the data structure knowledge really helps me as a product manager now. So it's a very big strong point for me. As a product manager, there are many backgrounds. The consultant or previous accountant, but the knowing about the technical things or data structure, how to manage the sprint, is a very the helpful and very big strong point for me as a product manager, I think.
Okay. Well, so if we go back, like way back, university days, right? I noticed that you studied like engineering. I think it was mechanical engineering, and then you also did your master's, right, as well in engineering. Okay, so your senpai basically invited you to Yuka, kind of invited you to Manabie.
Yeah.
But Manabie is like, an educational institute. Well, not educational institute, but you build apps for learning, language learning.
Yeah, language learning to
For English or for multiple languages?
Our company system can have the contents. So it can be English, it can be math, science.
I see. Okay. I see. Okay. So, the reason why I asked about that is, one of, CC's aim is to, help Japan, become a tech leader again, right? And when you were here, we had the Japanese immersive program. Now it's just English immersive program, right? If the Japanese immersive program did not exist, would you still try to take the immersive? If we only had English?
If I can go back to the past, I want to challenge for the English class.
Yeah? Okay. Now I ask because now we only have the immersive, but many people, many people like yourself in Japan who want to take the immersive, but they may be afraid of, because it's only in English. So the concern is, will they be able to keep up? And not only in Japan, we have students from, other parts of the world where English is not the first language.
I see.
Right? So some people are very worried about taking the immersive in English. What advice would you give them, right? I know you took the program in Japanese, but now that you work in basically an English-only space, what advice would you give people who are concerned about, the program being in English only now?
Yeah, I know that learning new things in English is very, very hard, but outcome is awesome, I think. As a software industry, the capability of speaking English can expand our options or job options, because all people can work remotely. And I worked with engineers in the Vietnam, Singapore, Philippines. All members can work remotely. So yeah, if you can speak English, can have the more options. And yeah, it's hard to learn the English, but to learn the technical things, everybody can think as a code, like that. So people can communicate with a written code, I think. So if you are not completely fluent in English, you can understand how the code means and how that system works, I think. So I want to say no problem.
Yeah, because I mean, essentially you code in English letters and numbers, not in Japanese, not in kanji or hiragana. That's communication across teams, right? Okay. Okay. So, how do you feel like, it's been 4 years since you completed the program, right? Have you seen any difference in the tech scene in Japan?
Tech scene?
Tech industries, tech space. Maybe you keep in touch with other people in your cohort. What have they been up to? What trends have you seen in their journeys? Yeah.
I only know the situation close to me, but the software industry is getting more and more global, I think. The modern, I'm working at a startup company, but even startup company hire the people from overseas, engineer like that. Yeah, so yeah, the completely domestic company cannot survive under this situation, I believe.
So you think right now the tech scene in Japan, or Japan, needs to be more open to kind of global candidates?
Yes.
Essentially. Okay. I agree. And that's what we're trying to do here. Right? Yeah, okay. I'm also being conscious of time. We've taken so much of your time. So just a few questions to round up. What's the biggest challenge for you in your job right now?
As a product manager, I need to work with many stakeholders, like client, engineers, business side, sales members, account manager, and CEO. So the collaborating with many members and control each expectation and communicate is the most challenging part, and that's the main mission for me, I think.
And that's all done in English or in person, or are they done?
Our business team is based in Japan. So sales member, account manager, and the clients are Japanese.
Okay.
Yeah, engineers and other product managers are in overseas.
Okay, so it's a mix of English and Japanese. Okay, so what's the next big thing for you in your career as product manager, maybe an engineer, a full stack engineer, whichever one it is? But we're just curious, what's your next plan?
For now, I want to brush up my career as a product manager more.
Okay.
I'm working at a SaaS product startup company. I want to grow our product more.
Okay.
And increase the revenue more. Then I think the next step is I want to build my own company in the software industry. I want to build another SaaS company in different industry.
Okay. Can you tell us what industry?
I haven't decided, but I want to explore the industry which the operation is not fully digitalized.
I see. Okay. Japan centric or outside Japan?
Can be outside Japan, but the operation in Japan can be very sophisticated. So can brush up the operation with the digital software and want to export that software with the operation to the overseas. I think my current company Manabie is brushing up the operation in the learning centers and exporting it to the Vietnam, India. Want to have the same style.
Okay, I see. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, that's exciting. Okay, so you want to start your own company. Okay, that's I think that's very interesting because Eri, who we spoke with, also went into that direction. Completed the boot camp and then went into the the role as a product manager, which is what I wanted to mention and forgot. But it's interesting because many people take the program and they don't understand that there are many paths, right? There are many paths to take in the tech scene beyond, software engineering. After you complete the program, you can go into product management, you can go into project management, or start your own company, right? Because you came in wanting to be a software engineer, and now when we talk about your next big thing, it's not the software engineering, not full-on coding. It is developing yourself as a product manager and starting your own company, which I think is very interesting. And I look forward to, seeing updates about your company.
Yes.
So to close up or to round things up, what is the one advice you would give to potential students or people watching this and thinking of taking the immersive?
The people who thinking to start to take.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, let me start first. The immersive curriculum is not easy, very, very, very hard, you know. So, but I couldn't complete this curriculum with only me alone. But we have very many members to run with. So it's very hard curriculum and feel pains, but can feel the fun with under this environment, I think.
Yeah.
And that kind of the experience helped me to grow my mindset. As a working in a startup company, the situation is very chaos, changing frequently. But I can how can I say, enjoy the current situation because of my experience in the CC, I believe. So not only learning about the technical skills, you can learn the mindset as a software engineer or product manager or anything else. But as a how can I say, as a business person, you can learn the very important the mindset in the CC, I believe.
Okay, great. Thank you. And for maybe companies who are watching this, because we also now have the B2B upskilling, upskilling business as well, or reskilling business. What advice would you give to Japanese companies about maybe training their development team or about training their development team, for example?
Training to develop the employee, right? I see.
But just the general Japanese companies.
Yeah, Code Chrysalis provides a very modern. We can learn the very modern development ways, like the managing the sprint as agile styles. So basic curriculum doesn't provide that kind of the learning. So it very helped me as a helped my career, and I definitely think that the each engineers in Japan can Code Chrysalis curriculum can help their careers and each companies, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts.
Yes. Any final thought? We're at the end of our time together, but I just wanted to know if you had any final thing that came up, that came to mind during our conversation, just reflecting on your journey since the immersive. Yeah, I spoke before, but if I can go back to the past, I will definitely decide to join the Code Chrysalis again. And that experience I sometimes refrained the times in the Code Chrysalis, and really helps my career and the thinking styles and mindset. So yeah, I'm very happy to come back here now. Okay, great. Well, we're very happy to have you back here at the park. You're welcome to come anytime.
Yeah.
And it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Yes.
I look forward to, getting updates on LinkedIn about your company, your business idea when it happens. We're counting down the clock, no rush, but whenever you do start your company, please let us know.
Yes.
And to those who are watching, if you're interested in simply seeing the park, because it is an interesting space, as you can see in the background, you can reach out to us via our admissions email or contact details, which will be below the screen. You can schedule I believe a park walk of the school. If you're interested in just understanding the admissions program or the curriculum a little bit further, please feel free to reach out to admissions team as well. And with that, we will end our time today with Nori Take. Thank you very much for speaking with us, and thank you to the audience for listening. Please feel free to stay in touch and reach out if you have any questions.